In the book The Giving Tree, a boy and a tree loved each other. When the boy got older, he wanted a lot more. He asked the tree for money, but the tree gave apples to sell instead. She also gave the boy her branches to build a house to live in.
Then she told the boy to cut down her trunk and sail away. A few years later, the boy came back and wanted somewhere to sit and rest. The tree said, "You can sit and rest on my stump," and both the boy and the tree were happy. This book was written by Shel Silverstein.
How does one's generosity impact the others in our text?
In the book, generosity impacted the boy greatly. If the tree didn't give the boy apples, branches, and her trunk, then the boy wouldn't have been happy and rested on her stump. That is why the tree's generosity impacted the boy greatly.
Selflessness is shown throughout the entire book. The reason the tree was selfless was because she cared more about the boy than herself. So that proves that the tree is selfless.
The theme of the book is don't take advantage of someone's generosity. The apple symbolizes the theme. In the story, the tree gave the boy apples to sell for money. That is what the apple symbolizes.
Presented by Jessica, Kirsten, Elaine, Brooklyn, Faith, and Angel. In the story Boxes for Kajay, the country of Holland has just had a war, and the war has affected them greatly. A girl named Rosie from America sends boxes to Kajay. She's a girl that was affected by the war. Other people decide to send boxes too. The boxes are full of sugar, socks, clothes, and other supplies. Kajay shares everything she gets from Rosie. To repay Rosie, Kajay sends Rosie tulip bulbs. How does one's generosity impact others in our book?
In the book, Rosie's generosity impacted Holland greatly. Holland got many things they needed and did not have before. Rosie. Kajay was thankful for everything and shared with the people in Holland. Generosity is shown through the entire book. Kajay is generous and shares everything she gets from America with the people in Holland. She also sends tulip bulbs back to Rosie to be generous.
The theme of the book is giving. The boxes symbolize giving because Rosie gives the people of Holland everything they need.
Presented by Kania, Gabriella, Karina, Lydia, Skylar, and Emily.
In the story Silver Packages, a man gets hurt and someone takes care of him. Then he tried to pay them back. They said no, and now he knows he has to pay a debt to pay back.
Then years later, the man comes on a train to repay a debt with giving out silver packages to the town. Each year, Frankie hopes for a doctor's kit, and it never comes. But he always gets what he needs to survive. Then Frankie moves out of town and becomes a doctor. Once Frankie comes back to the town, he's a doctor there, so he can repay his debt to the town. He watches the train come back and watches the children get their silver packages.
How does one's generosity impact another in our book? In the book, The Man in the Blue Wool Coat's generosity impacted the town greatly. It impacted them because each year the man handed out silver packages so they would get something for Christmas. Every year they got something they needed instead of something they wanted. The town was extremely grateful that they survived the winter because of the man in the blue wool coat.
Generosity is shown throughout the entire book. The man in the blue wool coat showed the generosity to the town because he gave silver packages to the kids. Each kid got something they needed to survive and a toy to play with. The reason the man comes to the town is because he had to pay his debt also, so the kids could get to have something for Christmas.
The theme of the book is if you receive, give back. A silver package symbolizes the theme. The man gives to the town because the nice person helped him when he was sick. So to repay the debt, he gave out things to the town that they needed.
presented by Nadia, Shelby, Morgan, Kaylee, Janelle, and Caitlin.
In this story, Beatrice is goat. Beatrice is poor and lives in Africa with her mother and siblings. Her family receives a goat that they name Mugiza, which means luck. The goat gave them 2 baby goats, milk, which they sold for money, and Mugiza gave Beatrice school.
They sold 1 baby goat, which the money from the goat, they built a new house. Mugiza changed their lives forever.
How does the goat's generosity impact Beatrice and her family?
In the book, the goat's generosity impacted Beatrice and her family greatly. The goat gave them 2 baby goats, which they sold for money. They used the money to buy what they needed and to pay for Beatrice to go to school. After Beatrice's family drank the goat's milk, they got stronger and healthier. With the money they made from the goat, they put up a new house with a steel roof that would keep them warm and dry.
Selflessness is shown throughout the entire book. In the beginning of the book, the people who donated the goat are selfless by getting Beatrice's family the goat. Beatrice's mother is selfless by paying for Beatrice to go to school instead of buying their other things needed. Beatrice is selfless by asking about her other siblings when her mother offered to pay for school.
The theme of the book is hard work pays off. The school board symbolized the theme.
It was a tough job to take care of the goat. Beatrice had to milk the goat, and with the money from the milk, Beatrice paid for school. Beatrice had to work to pay for school.
Presented by Riley, Diana, Zaida, Allison, Anna, Priska, and Anaya.